What's going on, everybody? I'm here in sunny, yes, I said sunny, Indianapolis. Is there ever going to be a time where shippers and receivers learn that their timeliness affects our timeliness? I mean, think about this, and we all know this as drivers, right? We've all harped about it, every single one of us, that say your delivery takes a little while, screws up your entire day, and can mess up an entire week. Because of the receiver that I had here in Indianapolis, I almost lost a load that I booked going to Georgia for $4.22 a mile. That's right, $4.22 a mile from Indianapolis to Georgia, and I almost lost it because of a receiver deciding to take their time. I don't understand. Normally, first come, first serve means first come, first serve. Just like taking a line at, taking a number when you're waiting for a shower. Whatever. According to the broker, the appointment this morning was from 09 to 1400. I arrived at 8:30. By the time I signed in, it was 8:47. I left this place at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. I was supposed to be over here to pick up this load that I'm getting loaded with right now at 11. Thankfully, these people work on weekends, and I'm the last truck they're going to load today. And thankfully, the broker for this load didn't take me off of it. So it all worked out in my favor. I got lucky, but sometimes you don't get lucky. And it's because of shippers and receivers and the fact that they're not timely. Now, we all know that they would lose their shit if we didn't get their load to where it's supposed to be on time because of something we didn't do or something we did do. But they're not penalized when they take their time. They're not penalized for the 8 hours that they have us sitting there, or the 10 hours, or sometimes even longer for some of you folks. And it's up to us to make up the time to get the next load there on time or whatever. If I had been held back and didn't get that load there today, I would have gotten, charged a late fee or a rescheduling fee or something. I mean, we all know that there's detention, and what the industry standard now is they get 3 hours for free and $50 or $75 an hour afterwards. And who sets the standard? Why are we letting other people decide what our time is worth? Drivers, I'm asking you. We need to start holding them accountable, holding brokers accountable, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. We really need to make shippers and receivers feel the pain financially, because they don't care if we feel it financially. Chris is in here from RST. I mean, how much money do you lose, Chris, when your truck sits at a dock for 10 hours when it should have only been there for 1 or 2 maybe at the most? We all figure out cost per mile, or some people are cost, you know what I'm saying? It cost per mile, cost per day, the cost to run a truck per week, per month, per year. But that's so infected, it's so affected by the shippers and receivers. What do I suggest we do? Listen, trucking exec called me the other night with an idea that he got from Joe Harding, who's a friend of mine, and Joe said, and he made a point, I kind of hinted at it the other day, but listen here. What if we all ran 100% legal for 2 days? Or maybe even a week. But at least 2 days. 100% legal. That means sitting in a dock, getting loaded, on duty. How many loads would be late? How many reschedulings would have to happen? How much money would you make? This all comes back to ELDs and hours of service, but listen, shippers and receivers and brokers need to feel the pain as well. Why should it all be on us to fight the fight against ELDs and hours of service when we're not the only ones affected, but we are the only ones that are going to be penalized for it? Shippers and receivers make thousands of dollars, millions of dollars every day, every week, every month, every year. Millions, some even billions. All because the drivers are on time with the freight. Why are we on time? Well, because we found loopholes or whatever, sitting against a door off duty. I mean, just think about it. How many times have you sat against a dock door for 5 hours or more and didn't receive a dime? But I guarantee you got that load there on time. I guarantee you the brokerage got paid. I guarantee you the company got paid. I guarantee you the shipper, the receiver, the shipper got paid. I guarantee you the receiver was happy. But what did you do? Or what did you earn, driver? Nothing. Nothing extra. Oh, good job, you got it there. Good job doesn't translate into food on my table. A good job doesn't translate into my cell phone bill being paid or me being able to buy, fake stuff, food for my truck, or whatever the case may be. I'm telling you, it's time to make them feel the pain. They got millions and millions and millions of dollars. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. We don't. They should be paying the price that we will also pay when hours of service aren't revamped and when the ELDs come into play. Drivers, I'm telling you, we got to do something. Going to Washington, putting fake spray paint on your truck, that ain't doing nothing. Because people see you, they come take pictures with you, they'll talk to you, put your name in the paper, or get the local news when you do a convoy. But people really take notice when the drivers say enough is enough, and we go to their wallets, and they start losing fucking money. You understand? When they start losing money, that's when they'll notice. How do we get them to lose money without stealing? We do everything the way we should be doing it. The FMCSA wants us to follow the law. Shippers and receivers don't give a shit. They'll push you out of this parking lot. There's anti-coercion laws. Is anyone enforcing them? No, they don't care if you have hours. Get off my property. What do they care? Can't stay here. Or no, you can't use our bathroom, but we got an outhouse 20 feet away over there and hasn't been cleaned in about 3 freaking weeks. But you're more than welcome to use it. Guys, we need to come up with an idea. We need to come up with a time frame. And we need to make shippers and receivers, brokerages, big companies feel it financially. Petitions and calling your senator, and it's all well and good. It'll work, but it'll take too long. But I guarantee you, for 2 or 3 days, they got trucks that won't move out of parking lots. They got trucks that won't move away from doors. Loads that are being rescheduled because we're sitting at the dock on duty, burning that clock up. I'm just saying. SoCal says flatbed don't have that issue. Okay. What percentage of the industry is flatbed? Because it ain't 100. It's not the majority. I'm just saying. Sure, flatbedders get held up. Let's put ice cream and food on a flatbed. Come on, guys. SoCal, come up with a better argument. The majority of the industry is not flatbed, step deck, oversized. It's just not. I mean, hell, I've hauled plywood and boards in a dry van before. And I've seen onions on a flatbed. We gotta stand up, guys. We gotta stop taking this crap. And the only way to make them change is to hit their wallet. The only way to make them change is hit their wallet. Show their shareholders that enough is enough. Jones, they can put. Trucker Jones says, I won't accept a load unless there's detention on a RECOMMENED. Majority of the time, I'd say 95% of the time, detention is on a RECOMMENED. But they weasel out of it. Okay? They weasel out of it. They say that you get detention after 2 hours. Let's do an example here. They say you get detention after 2 hours at $75 an hour. Say you're there for 10 hours. Okay, that's $750. Okay, I'm talking 10 hours of detention, so a total of 12 hours. Say you're owed 10 hours of detention, $750. But they also state that if you're there for more than, if they say if you're there then more than 10 hours, that you then get layover. And layover is only $350. Wait a minute. I've got 10 hours of detention at $75 an hour. That's $750 that you owe me. But they weasel out of it because after 10, you only get layover. You don't get both. So now, instead of getting your $750, you're only getting $350. You understand? There's a loophole everywhere for them. And that's crap. You guys know it's crap. I know it's crap. Listen, guys, we need someone to lead this charge. It's not going to be me. Okay? I don't have the temperament for it. But I can definitely articulate myself and put the word out there. I mean, I truly think that somebody, you know, with a business mindset should organize something like this for us. Give some kind of direction. Because until they feel it in their wallets, we're going to keep feeling it in ours. Now, this place that I'm at over here, Maplehurst, they've been great. But the previous place is the one that kind of ignited me a little bit. But the fact remains that it's not just that place, it's not just Walmart. It happens everywhere. And we all of us, just take it. You know what I'm saying? We all just take it. What's going on, Food Mooch? How are you? But I'm just saying, guys, we need to do something. Pat Ziegler, I think I've seen you before. Yeah, you're a broker, right? So here's the thing, Pat. If brokers and drivers get together, you'll quit losing money, and so will we, and we both can make money. You understand? If a customer doesn't pay, guess what? The freight ain't going to get there, man. There's too many times that you have to deal with pissed off drivers, and there's too many times that drivers are pissed off because of somebody on a dock on a forklift that decides that it's more important for them to heat up their SpaghettiOs than to get a trailer out of here. I think if brokers and drivers work together, we could accomplish a lot in getting these shippers and receivers to respond to the things that they should be held accountable for. I.e., 2-hour load times, allowing trucks to park, or at least letting the drivers to use the facilities in the buildings. There's so many places that won't let drivers use the bathroom. That's not the issue, Nailed it. The issue is just lackadaisical, lazy individuals taking advantage of the drivers of the industry as a whole. It's all a bunch of crap, and it's not going to stop. Listen, I'm going to tell you, when December rolls around and those ELDs go in, these guys will feel it, just like we'll feel it. Guarantee you. I'm just saying, guys, there's the new Trucker Hypocrite Buster channel, if you guys haven't resubscribed. But I'm just saying, these guys, they're not going to change until they feel it in their wallet. As long as their loads are getting taken off the property, once that load goes in the trailer and it's gone, somebody's paying for it. Whether the load makes it to where it's going or not, either whoever bought it's paying for it or an insurance company's paying for it. But the shipper, they got theirs. They got theirs. I just think that if everybody gets together and says, hey, you know what? I'm sitting up here in this driver's seat. I should be on duty. I can't get a solid 8 hours of sleep. I should be on duty. Exactly. How many loads, nailed it, how many loads do you think would be late if everybody ran 100% legal? If everybody was on duty sitting at a dock, how many loads out of, say, 100 do you think would have to be rescheduled? Well, see, that's something, JoJo, that's something that Trucking Exec was talking about. He said, you know, that when they go to book a load now, they send back with the RECOMMENED their terms and conditions. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I think the brokers should put stuff a little bit more in plain English. We don't need 18-mile long rate confirmations. Something very simple. Show up on time, you're eligible for detention. If you don't show up on time, you got to get worked in, you're not eligible for detention. Detention, after the first 2 hours, X amount of dollars per hour. And the customer's got to pay. Listen, if the customer doesn't pay, then guess what? They don't get their freight. Or if they don't pay, hey, maybe they owe the brokerage $500, so that means they have to cough up 2 TVs or something, whatever the hell you're hauling. I don't know. There's got to be a way to work it out. But all these companies that ship stuff and don't pay the brokerage detention, which means that the driver don't get his detention. You know, you got all these places charging late fees, rescheduling fees. Everybody's got a fee for something. Well, it's time that the drivers had a fee too. It's time that the drivers had a fee too. And it's time we got paid. In a timely manner. You know, hey, 50% of the payment to the brokerage up front. The driver doesn't get paid until the load gets there, but the brokerage should get there, have some security money, like a security deposit or something. You know, hey, if they're charging $5,000 to ship a load, 25% should be up front. You know what I mean? Cut me a check. Yeah, that's a great one, Duncan. Cut me a check before I leave, or the trailer's staying against the door. And you can't force me to leave because there's anti-coercion laws. There has to be something. Has to be something to make them feel it in their wallet. That's the only way they're going to notice, guys. They don't care about the guy or the gal sitting in the truck. They don't care. That's what they think. Nailed it. Customers, they don't have no reason to change. They're just like, driver can suck it up, whatever. And realistically, just think about this. A lot of places don't have facilities for drivers, or don't allow drivers to use the facilities. Why? Because there are some shitbags out there that leave the bathroom a mess, and then someone else has to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? We need to do our part too. I mean, we're all adults out here. Let's pick up after ourselves, and maybe we'll have some nicer facilities to use versus an outhouse when it's 80 degrees with 100% humidity. Well, see, the thing is, JoJo, when you send terms and conditions back to a broker, they can reject them, and then you're not getting the load. You know what I'm saying? We already have brokerages on our do not haul list, but, you know, they can still reject the load if they don't, or they can still not give you the load if they don't accept your terms and conditions. I respect that, Patrick. Patrick Ziegler here. He's a broker. He says, we solely depend on you for a paycheck. And that's why I think we should work together, Patrick. I don't know what brokerage you work for, or if you own your own brokerage, or you're running out of your house, or whatever. But we all make money together. But we're also all getting cheated together. You know what I'm saying? We're also, you know, everybody's like, you know, these guys, they're like, oh, well, the customer, you know, like, oh, 2 for me, 1 for you and the broker. 2 for me, 1 for you and the broker. 2 for me, 1 for you and the broker. Oh, 1 left. I'll keep that one. You know, it's just, we got to work together. We got to. Brokers and drivers got to stop fighting each other. Got to stop fighting each other. You guys get the idea. Anyways, right now I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana. You're wrong, Triple S. You're wrong. You're 100% wrong. Triple S Truckin says, what it's going to take to change the industry won't happen. Companies need to band together. It won't happen. Wasting precious oxygen. You're wrong. I believe in the goodness of the drivers out here. I believe in the goodness of a lot of these people that own these companies, and I'm willing to bet that if they continue to back us all into a corner like's going on now, people will unite and they will come together, because drivers do care about one another, man. 100%. I know you're brand new in the industry, but I can guarantee you, brother, if I saw you on the side of the road, I'll stop and see if you're all right. That's for damn sure. And I can guarantee you 95%, if not more, of the drivers that are in this room would do the same thing. Drivers do care about each other, and there are companies that care about drivers too. Let me see, what do you got here? I'm going towards Atlanta is where I'm going, guys. Razor says, Will, does what you say apply company drivers? At Warner, it was bring a trailer to this drop yard and you're an idiot. It does apply to company drivers. Company drivers are entitled to detention too. Most companies, the way it worked at night was night would pay you for the detention, i.e. $10 an hour or whatever. They would pay you, and then they've got to get their money from the shipper. Okay, it shouldn't be like that, because there are companies out there that do that because they care about the driver, but they also take a loss, and they shouldn't be having to take a loss. I agree with you, Ian. Ian says, act like a professional, be treated like one. It's unfortunate that some of us don't realize that. You're correct. Alex, what's going on? I see you in here, man. Oh, me and Hypocrite are in the same city. Uh-oh. Victor, no, they're loading me right now. I had a long unload this morning. It was about 8 hours. Nick says, so the positive aspect of ELD will be irrefutable evidence of the time spent in the dock waiting to be loaded. Listen, yes, sir, you are correct, but that's only if you put it on duty, okay? If you're sitting there off duty, one, technically, the rules say you should be on duty while getting loaded. Go check them out. That's right. Jones says he's helped a lot of drivers and will continue to help when possible. Can I take off my sunglasses? Food Mooch, it's freaking bright. You don't see the white balance is off here. Like I'm pretty pasty, bro, but that's bright. I agree, SoCal. Shouldn't take more than 2 hours to load or unload a trailer. Okay? There are guys in here that have never ran a forklift before. Never ran a forklift before and could unload a trailer faster than that. Chris Robertson down here at the bottom. He's one of the owners of RST. Says it may be that us carriers have to take the lead. If we're willing to lose some money to force change, then maybe it will happen. I agree, Chris, but I don't think that the carriers should have to foot the bill for it. Especially not good carriers. I don't think they should. I think that, you know, I think maybe carriers should initiate it because, I mean, obviously, bigger companies that have tons of money to throw around, they can get noticed a lot quicker than a handful of drivers. But It's going to take all of us hitting that on-duty button while we're sitting at a door. All of us staying on duty while we're in the fuel pump the whole time. All of us, you know, logging all of that time. Let's show them how much time we really spend in the seat. Show them how much time we really spend inspecting the truck, fixing this and that on the truck or whatever, pumping fuel, getting def, scaling, all of these different things. I'm just saying, guys. Yeah, Chili made a good point. He says more than double in here than likes. So, oh no, wait. Sorry, I misread that. Hit the like button. I read that wrong, Chili. I almost read that. Soon trucks will drive themselves, says Robert Lopez. I disagree. It's going to be a while before you see trucks totally driving themselves. There will still be a driver inside the truck. There has to be. It might be able to go down the highway on its own, but it's not going to be able to deliver into a city. It can't come in here and back into this door. It's just impossible right now. That would take a whole revamp of a lot of stuff that people aren't willing to spend the money for yet. I agree, JoJo. If we got to be on duty while we're getting loaded or unloaded, we should get paid for that time. Exactly, Chad. That's the whole thing. If you log every second legally, you will screw yourselves. You truly do. It's a catch-22, man, but they know it. The customers know it. So they're taking advantage of us. You understand what I'm saying? Guys, I've held you here long enough. Do me a favor, smash on the like button. Do what SoCal says and show attendance, would you? Smash on the like button, and then let's go over to Zello. I don't want to make this an hour-long video. Let's go over to Zello and talk about this. Link is in the description. Guys, hopefully you're out here, you're being safe, you're having a great day. It's beautiful here in Indianapolis. There's a nice breeze, and it's warm. Listen, guys, we've got to do something, and we can do something. We just need someone to lead the charge, and we need somebody that has a business mindset to lead it. I don't know who that could be, but we got to do it. We got to, guys. We got to. Everybody head over to the Dog Pound on Zello. I'll be there. Hopefully you'll be there too. Take care, guys. Keep the shiny side up. Stay safe.